Hello, it's Amanda again, and this time I'm going to talk to you about Volume 2 of the Self-Help Bible, which is called How to Change the Life You Have for the Life You Want. Now, I have a very simple theory about success. I think if you are prepared to take consistent and focused action, which I call activity, and you have the right system to follow and the right mindset, then you can achieve success in just about any area of your life. And the mindset aspect is really what Volume 2 is all about. Imagine driving a car, and in the back of this car you keep everything you've ever possessed, every experience you've ever had is all piled up in the back of this car. And then instead of giving it good petrol, you just chuck in the cheap watery stuff. Now obviously this car is not going to drive very well. So now imagine that you take out all the stuff from before and you leave that somewhere, and then you give it some really good petrol. Now don't you think that car is going to drive much better? Well, the great news is that your mind works in a very similar way, and in there is all the stuff that's happened in the past, all the things you might have imagined going wrong for the future. All those things are there clogging it up, and unless you're quite focused, you're probably filling it with all sorts of rubbish that isn't very helpful either. So Volume 2 takes a look at how you can go about really spring cleaning your mind in a way. Obviously you can't change what's happened in the past, but you can change the way you feel about it, and that's a really key step to achieving the right mindset for you to be successful. So there are some tools in here which will help you change the way you think about things in the past. There's a section on positive thinking, because positive thinking is not just about thinking pink and fluffy and thinking nice things about everybody and everything, because let's be honest, we're all human and that's just not possible. So there's a bit about positive thinking and how you can actually really do it. And then perhaps one of the most crucial factors in here is an exercise which will teach you how to get better control of your reactions to things, because sometimes your reaction is the only thing you can control in a situation. Life is always going to throw you curveballs, things that you haven't foreseen, things that you didn't expect, but how you react always remains within your control, although sometimes it doesn't feel like it and sometimes that's not very obvious. So there's a great exercise in here which I've used a lot with coaching clients to great effect, which will teach you how to be more in control of your reactions and your emotions. There's also a section on habits and how they're created, and how you can begin to break into those patterns and change them. And lots of other bits too, which will really go towards helping you get the right mindset for success. So in order to give you an idea of how I write, I thought I'd just read you a little section from Volume 2. If you really want to make lasting change and improvement in your life, then you're going to have to work at it a bit, get tough with yourself and hold yourself accountable. Because sometimes we let ourselves slide off the hook when things get uncomfortable, or as we begin to see possible flaws in our own character, or sometimes we remember things that we'd rather forget and we're afraid, or don't know how to deal with them. Other times it's just because it's too much like hard work. Then there are the times that we start off all fired up with great intentions, and then our motivation wanes because it takes too long and we begin to doubt that it's even possible. That's known as the law of diminishing intent, and I believe that everyone is susceptible to that at times. But whatever excuses you've come up with or accepted from yourself in the past, I want you to make a conscious decision today that this time will be different. I want you to imagine that each thing you learn is like a step on a staircase, and the more stairs you climb, the better view you will have, and the more clearly you'll be able to see the choices that are available to you. At the top of the staircase, there is the door to your future, and what lies beyond that door is up to you. So why not take a step today towards the future that you really, really want and the future that you deserve, with a copy of How to Change the Life You Have for the Life You Want.